In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Bosch Universal Detector and put it through its paces. Is it worth £79? Well, let's find out and see if it is. So let's see what you get inside the box. So the first thing you're greeted with is the user manual, which is quite big. So you get your universal manual there, and I guess some quick start guides and information. You also get some batteries. That's 4 AAA batteries that this device takes. So that's good to see that. And let's see what else you get inside the box. Another booklet? Oh, wait a second. Two booklets? Am I paying £79 for 2 booklets? That's insane. So yeah, bit of a worry. But here's the device itself. It's well packaged, and as you can see, you've got the Bosch branding as well as the light and sensor area. Plus it's open, so you can mark straight through there. You've got your LCD display, your little power on button, your handle. At the back of the device, you can see the sensor is around that light area, the pass-through area, so you can actually mark the wall while you're sensing, and that's where the batteries go in the cover there as well. The device is made of plastic and it's pretty good. But these books, look how big these books are, various languages. It's like a mini Harry Potter collection. So am I paying £79 for that? So to turn on the device, you press and hold the button there, and then you're greeted on the LCD display with a tips guide, which tells you exactly how to use it. So you can see it gives you how to use it, how to put your free hand on the flat wall of a distance approximately 30 centimeters to earth it. And then to turn it off, you just press and hold that red button and it turns the device off. So let's test the device out on various surfaces. So here I've got a light switch, and this is the menu. So I want to select current, and then I want to put this up against the wall and see if it can detect the current. Now the light is on, and you will need power going through there. And as you can see, it gives you a guide of moving back and forth to the device to detect the cable. Now one of the things I noticed here, it immediately didn't pick up the electric cable, and now I know for a fact that the electric cable is going straight up from the switch. When I turned the orientation, I got a bit of a reading there, and then I couldn't quite lock onto the device. As you can see, it beeps red whenever it detects the current. It's green when it says it's safe, and it's orange amber color when it believes something's there but it can't quite detect it. Now the problem here is the power cable is going above. I decided to go all the way around the device. You can see it's not beeping, and of course I have my free hand grounded on the wall, just slightly off the camera there. But I noticed that once I removed my hand and wasn't earthed, it kind of gave me a better reading. It started to pick things up. As you can see, it was doing a better job. So it's detected the cable there. That's exactly where the power cable goes. And I've removed my hand from the wall and it's picking up, even though the device tells you that you need to earth your free hand. As soon as I put my hand, as you can see, it's not detecting properly. So I'm not quite sure if the instructions about having your hand, you can see I'm moving it closer, it still doesn't do it. As soon as I move my hand, it's able to detect. So I'm not sure the earthing feature is foolproof or if it's working the way it's intended to. But as you can see, without my hand, it's able to pick it up. It's not accurate enough for my liking compared to the previous cheap detector I had from Lidl that was from Parkside. But let's see if it can detect maybe on a different wall, a different surface. So here we've got 2 lights together, and this should perform better because there's a lot of electrical cables going here. And as you can see, it is detecting but not quite fully. As soon as I put my hand, again the same thing, it says it's safe, which Obviously, if you used it as the instructions intended, you would probably risk electrocuting yourself. As soon as I remove my hand, it's able to detect. So yeah, it is quite temperamental, I think, with this feature of detecting, and it's not doing a good enough job. I'm not satisfied. Again, here, approximately 30 centimeters away, and it can't detect the power cable, even though we know there's a power cable there. And yeah, as soon as I remove my hand and not earthed, it's doing a better job. So I'm not sure here why that is the case, but the instruction says to ground your hand when doing electrical cabling, and it's not working properly. Here I'm going to give you a close-up to show you what the screen looks like when it detects an electrical device. So at the moment it's green, it's not detecting. As soon as I remove my hand, it's able to detect, and the screen says it's got a electrical cable detected. So let's see if it can detect studs or ceiling joists. So it's detected wood there. You can see it says it's detected wood. Again, it's found the joist and moving around, but it only seems to be detecting in that spot there. Not seem to be doing a good enough job on this ceiling to detect the joists behind the plasterboard. So let's go somewhere else and check somewhere out. So move to a different part of the house, and I'm looking for the ceiling joists, and as you can see, it's found one here. Now, one of the things you can do with this device is a dual mode, so you can detect two things at once. So here I've got it in current and to detect wood, and as you can see, it's flipping between that it can found wood and current. Now, I'm not sure what current it's picking up here, because I know for a fact there isn't any power cables near this area. So what it's picking up, I'm not sure, other than an extension lead that's in the room above, which will be quite interesting if it's picking that up, because it's quite a fair distance away. But it is detecting the wood on this ceiling here, which is good. What about behind a tiled surface on a stud wall? So here immediately it's detected power and it's disappeared, and it's detected power again and it's disappeared. So it's detected the power, and I move it, it's saying something's there but it's not safe. Remember, the green light means it's safe. On the screen it looks white, but it's actually a yellow light, which means it's not quite safe. Red obviously means it's not safe. So it's detecting the power cable but not detecting the power cable. If I put my hand like they say, it detects the power cable here on the tile surface, and it seems to be doing a better job with my hand there, but then again it's losing the cable in between, so not sure, not that accurate. Remove my hand, it pretty much does the same thing. So yeah, not sure when it comes to detecting current if this device is good enough. So I'm going to show you the dual mode, so you can detect two things at once. So we're going to do metal and current, because obviously electrical cables are made of metal. So dual mode here, and you'll be able to see it detects the electricity a little bit better, I feel, with the dual mode. Again, it's still losing it, it's not quite finding it as intended, but there we go. If we give you a close-up to show you what the screen looks like, you can see electrical cable found, it will say wood found if it finds wood, and it will say metal found if metal found. So that's the dual mode there. You can see it's found metal now and electrical above, whereas before it wasn't detecting anything. So maybe use the dual mode when detecting for electrical cables. So how about studs on a stud wall? So I'm just going to take it off dual mode and just put it on wood, put it up to this stud wall and try to detect the studs. And I'm moving it along, and it's safe there, and there it says object found. So it's found the wood, but it's not carried on. If I go up, it's not carried on. So interesting that there's just a piece of wood in that area. If I move along, nothing detected. If I move along, there we go. So that's probably a noggin potentially that it's detecting, and then there's the actual stud there as well. So on a stud wall it is detecting, but it is losing it as well. There's no indication on screen what it's detecting, maybe the width, the depth, if you're in the center of the wood or not. So that's something potentially we could have seen on the LCD display. Other than that, it's kind of pointless if the LCD screen is not showing me where I am and what I can see. But yeah, again, if I put my hand on this surface, it's doing the same thing as if I didn't have my hand. So it does behave differently when it comes to different surfaces. If I remove my hand here, or place my hand, sorry, it's able to detect the wood a little bit better. On this stud wall, again, it's hit and miss. Sometimes it does better with the hand, sometimes it does better without the hand earthing. So you do need to use your hand to earth, it says, for electrical devices, but it doesn't always seem to work. So finally, I'm going to test again and look for studs again on a tiled surface, and it says object found here. Again, you just need to use your hand for earthing when it comes to finding electrical cables, but as I showed in the previous footage, if you do place your hand on the surface, it does affect the results. So here, in case, obviously I haven't got my hand here because I'm not looking for electrical cables, but I'm looking for woodwork, and on this surface it seems to be doing a good enough job, which is what I would have expected on a stud surface with tiles, for it to be able to pick up the stud work. Again, it's not that great, and it is a bit of hit and miss. I think the execution of this device maybe isn't the greatest, but it could depend. Could this be a faulty device? Could this be a device that's not able to detect certain things at certain distances and older properties? Maybe it's better for newer properties, who knows? But £79, it's a real questionable purchase, this, for detecting something that cheaper detectors can do a better job of. Now, when the packaging says it's easy and advanced at the same time and universal, it's a bit of a confusing message. And some of the specs of the device here, you can pause it if you want to read the full specifications in terms of the distance it does, but I honestly think it's the same technology as a cheap detector, and all you're really paying for is the brand name, the touch screen, and of course the giant Harry Potter style books. Is this recommended? I personally wouldn't. I think it's not a good buy, and I think maybe a cheaper one can do a better job. Certainly one that I bought from Lidl, Parkside one, did better. Here's an example of the pen through, so if you want to mark where you can drill, that's why there's a hole in the center of this, which is a nice idea, but I feel like you can get a cheaper, better detector for less price. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to our channel to enter into all our competitions. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment down below if you've got any questions. Remember, we're doing a 1k subs competition, and all you need to do to enter to win the prizes is subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.